Avowed is a video game. Okay, yeah, so that should about tell you how this review is going to go, but hey, I got a code for this game from Xbox. I guess you can start calling me JosephStillGames. Look, I want to clarify two things. One, I am not getting paid for this review, so my opinions are entirely my own. Two, I am legally required to tell you the following words, so here goes. Game code provided by Xbox. Great, now that that's out of the way, Avowed is the next AAA RPG made by the folks over at Obsidian, a studio of Bethesda famous for making Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and a ton of other RPGs you may know and love, which, depending on how many people didn't get fired, laid off, or quit, could mean absolutely nothing. But okay, so I generally don't have a lot to add about the conversation around Avowed. Wait, don't leave. Look, since we're 3 weeks in, I think it's safe to say that the people that wanted to play Avowed already have, and the people who don't probably already solidified their decisions. So in this video, I'm going to speak to those of you that are still on the fence and for some reason clicked on my video. Thank you. The only other reason I'm making this video, besides obligation, is because I've always considered myself a pretty optimistic gamer. So it's a shocker to even me that I felt the way I did with Avowed. Like, I can genuinely play some of the most middle-of-the-road games and generally enjoy them enough to finish them. The only reason I ever drop a game is because it's not really that good, I get way too busy and fall off, or I come to the realization that the game just isn't for me. What happened with Avowed was, unfortunately, a combination of all three. It doesn't help that all the way throughout this game's press campaign, I literally had to move. But that's only half of the truth. There were still moments in these last 3 weeks where I could have been playing Avowed to relax at the end of the day. The only problem is that I didn't want to. Like, I think the best telltale mark of a good game is how much you want to play that game when you're not playing it, and how much you want to play it over other games. Avowed just wasn't that for me. But I want to tell you about the parts that I did like about it, and the kind of stuff that made me not so excited about it, and maybe you can come to your own decision. And look, if you don't want to take my word for it, I'm gonna bring in a real expert on RPGs. Friend Nathan is a friend of the channel. He recently finished Baldur's Gate 3 and immediately went to go beat Metaphor ReFantazio after, and was pretty excited for Avowed.
It's like, oh boy, I've got mushrooms going out of my head.
Nathan, whom you may know from his rise to internet fame as guy who gets shocked playing Guitar Hero and lives. And also Nathan is my friend, specifically on every even-numbered Saturday every given month. Nathan is also not getting paid. Like at all.
Disclaimer: the opinions expressed by Nathan in the recorded segment reflect his early impressions of Avowed and may have since evolved. While every effort has been made to capture his initial perspective accurately, subsequent gameplay and few observed patch updates may alter views. Please consider comments preliminary subject to change. Also, Nathan's personally efforts update videos.
Is the story any good?
I'm kind of like whatever on the story at this point.
What do you think of the graphics?
It's like the color of the grass is just like really nice.
Are you going to finish Avowed?
I don't know. Like I'll finish it eventually.
Well, folks, you heard it here first. Avowed is one of the games of all time. But okay, maybe this won't be the case for you. So here are some of the things that I really liked about Avowed. Beautiful. Look at this. Look, the visuals. Like, I don't know, man. This is the most whimsical ass looking RPG I'm sure it's not doing it justice. Sometimes I've just stopped 4K DLSS. I'll say it this way. Skeletons with swords, the animations. The year is 2025, the most likely year for the rapture, mark my words. Grass. How does the game
Skyrim with guns?
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about Avowed. The fact that it has a Glock and a spellbook and a gun and a wand and a gun or a shield and a Hogwarts Legacy. Come on, man. Call of Duty ass. I should mention Skyrim and by quality. So really, and yeah, those are the things I really liked about Avowed. What do you mean that was only two things? Yeah, so I didn't really care about the story in Avowed. I did not play Pillars of Eternity. Look, it's a fantasy RPG, and I'm not allergic to nerd shit, but from the get-go, this game just kind of feels like
Pirates Cove, Knights Club, Vikings Landing, Clown Town, a bunch of others we don't need to mention. Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
And
A-part-tip redact. What? A-part-tip redact Scavern. What are you talking? Raverdit Scavern.
I kind of just sat there. Things generally needed to die in whatever direction the waypoint was. I don't know, man. I never been as lost as in Avowed. Baldur's Gate thing where you talk to some astral being. Real talk, I gave up. I have a glossary available for you, and man, I don't want to have to study. I had to watch other reviews to make sure that I wasn't lazy and dumb, and while I'm still looking, not alone in my complaints. Sorry, I don't know how to transition from this. Recently, I got rid of my Tesla for obvious reasons. BMW makes it, trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. Avowed, it's an RPG light, just different. Something that I don't blame Avowed or Obsidian surprisingly made the game not for me. I just think that the marketing maybe should have been a bit more clear. What I mean by RPG light, it ends up just feeling like a G. It lacks a lot of those little immersive details that, look, I don't want to compare this game to Skyrim.
Skyrim with guns.
Yeah. I don't know what the correct comparison is. Skyrim with guns. There are certain things that we come to expect from RPGs like that. Exciting loot? I mean, deep and meaningful dialogue choices with consequences? No, not complex character builds? No. Can you even sneak around and steal things at the consequence of being caught doing so by enemies? Yes, actually. Oh, wait, I was talking about Indiana Jones, a game made by Bethesda, who made Skyrim. Yeah, so, yeah, there it is. It all kind of feels like it doesn't go anywhere and it's just there for decoration. If you're looking for an RPG with more role-playing, then I think you should really look elsewhere. Look, this video is getting long. Game I really barely wanted to play because I'm getting a little sad. Okay, so I kind of said some not great things about Avowed, but my issue with Avowed may not be your issues at all. In another review, I found Avowed best described as a second monitor game. A decently fun game that you can play on the side when engaging with something else, like a good show or a really interesting podcast. If that's what you want and need right now, then fuck it. Avowed is a great game to play as long as you're not in for a great story. For me, and I suspect a few others, I don't play games just to kill time. I play them because I want them to be worth my time. Whether that's on a social level like playing together with my friends or as a single player experience where I want to be immersed and entertained by a gripping story with some fun gameplay. Unfortunately, Avowed just isn't that for me. And I'm tempted to say that Avowed wasn't really for me in general, as much as I wanted it to be. I was generally looking forward to it, and I'm a little disappointed. It's not fair to compare this game to RPGs like Skyrim or even Fallout or The Outer Worlds, because I don't think it was ever trying to be those games. Instead, I think Obsidian took a good shot at making an action game in a fantasy setting, and now we have the end product. Look, if you have Xbox Game Pass, give it a play and see if it's worth your time. If not, maybe wait for a sale or make use of the Steam refund window. But otherwise, I can't recommend Avowed, purely because I didn't even enjoy it when I received the key for free. I want to extend a big thank you to Xbox for tossing a small channel like me a bone, but I just have to be completely honest. That being said, please send me a code for Doom the Dark Ages. I promise I'll say good things if it pulls through, but also, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, well, damn. I hope your dishes are clean and your laundry is folded. Anyways, next video sometime soon. See you.